What is up, guys? Wolfgang here. So today I wanted to make a quick video on the god rolls for the Festival of the Lost Weapons. Um, the game is kind of dead right now. I gotta be honest. The numbers are looking bad, but I am enjoying playing it at least every once in a while. And if this event goes as Festival or what was it, Solstice went, that would give you like bonus drops, which I believe is intended and planned, but I'm not too sure, so I'm not going to say it is. If it goes like that, it'll be good. The weapons here perhaps aren't as meta as Yurtide Apex, for example, which is the Solar SMG from Solstice. That thing is literally unbeatable. If I pull up Dim, the Yurtide Apex comes with some just crazy combos. This one, for example, well, didn't do that. That'd be nice. This one, with Heal Clip Cast Reshaped or Attrition Orbs Cast Reshaped, is just end game perfection for a primary. I wish I didn't have range though. I wish it was reload or stability maybe, but anyways, this roll is amazing. I also have the other roll. This one has everything except Cast Reshape, which I'm annoyed of, but that's fine, I guess. So yeah. Anyways, the weapons this year are not as great as Solstice, but there's still some pretty worth while rolls. So getting into it, first things first, I wanted to go through Gunburn. This gun is a kinetic SMG. It's a lightweight. I'm not too into SMGs in PvE or PvP, but I do know one thing: kinetic tremors is a must for either. In terms of PvE, I'll be going for one of these two, to be honest. Left from Light is kind of a secondary, to be honest. Bewildering Burst, maybe, but I would be most excited for Pugilist, if anything. This could be really good with Peacekeepers. We'll see how that interaction goes. But as of right now, I mainly be going for Pugilist, Kinetic Tremors, maybe Bewildering Burst, Kinetic Tremors. Then I always go for Flared and Arrowhead, but you do you. I don't even know how that feels on SMGs. Next up, Arcane Embrace. This one was reprised from last year. This is the heavy burst shotgun, so they burst like 2 slugs. It could be decent for damage if shotguns ever come back. So there's a couple rolls I think are worthwhile for this one. So 4th time's a charm, surrounded, and I believe Precision Instrument is the roll that I got last year. However, this year has a couple more options that I think are worth considering. Reconstruction, even though it's not the best for heavies anymore, it still is pretty solid if you can manage to stay alive, of course. And Grave Robber, if you're doing anything with more than 1 melee. So, for example, the Neels for Strand Warlock, or what is it called? The Stasis Melee from Hunters. This could be, a pretty good pick because it'll reload your weapon when you do melee damage. And then, yeah, I'd say those. I guess Envious Assassin isn't a bad pick either, but I personally would probably go with either of these 3 before Envious Assassin. And then Precision Instrument, still a really good pick. I would like to consider Surrounded, but I think I really want Aggregate Charge. As it is a 33% damage bonus, if I'm not mistaken. And then if someone tractor cannons, that's already suppress and weaken. So you just need 1 more person. There's definitely going to be someone unraveling the boss. So realistically, I think Aggregate Charge is probably just the easiest damage bonus you can get. Surrounded is situational. If you can get probably both of these 2 on 1 roll, that'll work out. And then lastly, Hush Whisper. This is definitely the one I'm least excited for. There are some rolls you can consider. For example, Tear, Slice. Yeah, those are fun. Left from Light, maybe, I guess. I'd probably choose either of these 3, but I think Aggregate Charge takes a step back for primaries, in my opinion. For the most, I guess actually with Slice or Tear, you would be applying debuffs. So maybe Aggregate Charge is okay on this one. It's still a precision frame, so it doesn't feel as great. Just feels kind of slow and clunky for me, at least. But there's that option if you're into bows. Those are basically the weapons for this year. For the most part, like I said, I am not too hyped for these weapons. The nice thing is that tier 5s exist. So I know a lot of people, there's a lot of arguments online about the new system. What I love about the new system is that I can consolidate roles. So if we go back to Dim, which should have kept open, honestly. It used to be the case, for example, with what is this gun called again? Exalted Truth or Lotus Eater, that if I wanted many rolls, I had to keep just a ton of them. I think I have 4 Lotus Eaters. Those 2. Thought I had 1 on. No, here are the other 2. So I have to keep 4 Lotus Eaters. That's a lot of vault space for, 1 weapon. And then with the tier system, well, I guess with adepts and stuff, you could get more than 1 perk in a single column. Just pulling up No Survivors because I know it has, double perks. That was specific from Rite of the Nine. Has double perks on both columns when you did, what was it, Platinum, something like that. I don't remember exactly the naming. But yeah, some adepts only had 2 perks in 1 column. For example, the Lotus Eater. Where'd it go? Yeah, you had 2 perks on the 3rd column, and then 1 on the 2nd or on the 4th. So it's a lot of vault space. But with tiered weapons, it's a lot easier to manage your vault. So, for example, Force Memorializer. Honestly, I don't think this scout is that great, but I have seen a lot of people talking good things about it. So I decided I'd keep 1. And that means I was able to get basically all the perks that looked interesting to me on 1 single roll. Bewildering Burst, Shoot to Loot, Kinetic Tremors, and Ancillary Ordnance. Now, does this one get... No, it does not get Redirection. Okay, so yeah, this one basically has all the rolls I want on a single weapon. I only need to spare 1 slot in my vault, and that's beautiful. There are some others. Lionfish, for example, I could consolidate these, because what I'm looking for is Reconstruction and Lead from Gold on the 3rd column, and then Chill Clip, Reservoir Burst, and Control Burst on the 4th column. Yeah, there's just a combination of those 2. I haven't been able to get one, and now that everything's minus 30, it's a bit harder to farm it in Ultimate. Just trying to find people is hard to farm it, so I haven't been able to consolidate those. But yeah, for now, I have those 2 roles that satisfy what I want from it. Mercury A, for example, it's easier to farm it. I mean, I always wanted Kinetic Tremors. As you can see, I haven't used it, but I definitely want to Kinetic Tremors on it and Demo and Attrition Orbs. And I can get that on tier 5s. It just makes farming, if you're only looking for 1 specific role, a lot easier. In my case, I get to consolidate my vault and just, farm hard, which is what I do, I guess. So I get to, save vault space, get new weapons, and, be happy. So that is one thing that I do like about the new tier system, as well as the armor changes. The armor changes are exclusively a plus, in my opinion. But yeah, there's... I do enjoy the tier system. But anyways, let me know in the comments if you guys are going for any of these weapons. I think I will get a Gunburn and maybe an Arcane Embrace, especially if I can replace the one I have and add maybe Aggregate Charge, which I think is a good pick. But aside from that, not too hyped about these. The event sounds interesting. It's a 6-man activity on the moon. I think it was I don't remember what the activity is called, but it's haunted, whatever the activity is at the top right of the moon. Could be interesting, could be good, we'll see. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know any questions you have in the comments. And yeah, see you later.